right, it looks like we're ready to go. So, as faculty marshal, I hereby convene the spring 2022 hybrid commencement ceremony at Western New Mexico University. So please stand or remain standing for the presentation of the Honor Guard, the Pledge of Allegiance, and our national anthem.
Honor Guard, present colors.
Present colors.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now our national anthem will be performed by our own Mariachi Plata of WNMU.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Color Guard, retire colors.
Order, colors. Light turn, march.
special thank you to the New Mexico State Police for their service and to our very own Mariachi Plata for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you both. Please be seated. It's indeed an honor to be here. I'm Joe Shepard, president of Western New Mexico University, here to celebrate this special occasion of the 2022 WNMU commencement. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022. Members of the Board of Regents, distinguished platform guests, members of the faculty, members of the staff, members of the class of 2022, parents, spouses, and families of the graduating class, it is my privilege and honor to welcome you to this spring 2022 commencement ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce the platform party, and when I mention your name, just please stand and be recognized. Our faculty marshal, who opened the events, and also our professor of mathematics, Dr. Thomas Gruska. Undersecretary for Rural Development at the Department of Agriculture, Xochitl Torres Small. Our Regent President, Dr. Mary Hotvet. Our Regent Vice President, Ms. Janice Baca-Argabright. Our Regent Secretary and Treasurer, Ms. Brenda Hernandez, who will also be graduating with us this evening. Regent member who's available via Zoom, and by the way, I forgot to mention that to you, this is being live broadcast on our internet, and we have that hybrid piece, but we have our Regent member, Dr. Lyndon Haviland. On stage, we have Regent member Dr. Dan Lopez. Provost and Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Jack Crocker. Vice President for Business Affairs, Ms. Kelly Riddle. Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, dear friend, and also has just accepted a job elsewhere, so I'm very sad about this one, Dr. Isaac Brundage. Vice President for External Affairs, Dr. Magdalena Manzanares. Vice President for Compliance and Communications, Ms. Julie Morales. Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Stephen Chavez. Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Patty West Okuri. Associate Dean, actually I think you're now a Dean, of School of Education, Dr. Deb Dirksen. Associate Dean, School of Business, Dr. Miguel Vicens. Associate Dean, School of Social Work, Eric Center. Faculty Senate Vice President, Dr. Scott Smith, who is also the incoming President of the Faculty Senate. Student Government President, and also graduating, Mr. Richard Mubanga. Staff Senate President, Mrs. Adele Springer. Our commencement speaker, or our commencement reader, who will get all of your names right, Dr. Philip Schoenberg. And for on Zoom, our commencement speaker will be Brian Schiavano. By the way, today we're dedicating all the Western New Mexico University marketing assets of digital billboards across the region to our 2022 graduates. This is an opportunity to share your accomplishment and let everyone know today that you became a WNMU graduate. So if you really want to be up on the billboard somewhere, all you have to do is when you post selfies on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter today, use the hashtag WNMUgrad. That's it, WNMUgrad. You can remember that. And we'll take that, pull it off, and put you up on the billboard. If using the hashtag, that will go on throughout today at all of our billboards in Albuquerque, around here, and every place in between. At this moment, I'm pleased to recognize the dedicated faculty and staff of our university. Ladies and gentlemen of the faculty and staff, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I'm honored to recognize those in attendance, graduating, and in the audience. So if you're in the audience and you have served in our armed forces, either presently or as a veteran, would you please stand so we can say thank you? That also includes our graduates. Our graduates can stand too to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Another group to be recognized, I'm always curious about this, and this is where I go off script because I have all kinds of crazy ideas. If you are the first in your family to go to college, would you stand? Thank you. We're going to stand up and down quite a bit here in just a second. If you happen to be a parent, a mother or a father of a child, and you're graduating today, would you please stand? Thank you. I asked those two questions because a first-generation student, and particularly if you're trying to raise little ones, and by the way, there's a number of studies, particularly for the women out here, that if the female gets a degree, your child has a higher likelihood of getting a degree than, for example, us males. And so congratulations, particularly to the moms. I'm very curious about this. Of our graduating class, if this is your first time to this campus, would you please stand? Welcome. That might surprise a number of you because about 50% of all of our courses are taken online. And so many of our students have never been on our campus before, as you just saw. Now, graduates, it's time to kind of turn around. And for the audience out there, if you're the mom, dad, husband, wife, significant other, or direct family member who helped get this graduate through, I want you to stand and I want the graduates to say thank you. Group to be recognized, and that is the members of the Western New Mexico University class of 2022, whose honor we are gathered. We congratulate you and thank you for your contributions to your alma mater. Why don't you go ahead and all of you stand and let the crowd say thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Now that we got our exercise, we're going to move right into the commencement ceremony. It is my great pleasure to introduce our commencement keynote speaker, U.S. Undersecretary for Rural Development, Xochitl Torres-Small. Xochitl Torres-Small was the first woman, first person of color to represent New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District, thus serving as a United States representative for the 5th largest district in the country. As a representative, Xochitl served as a member of the House Agricultural Committee, the House Armed Services Committee, and as chairwoman of the Oversight, Management, and Accountability Subcommittee of the House Homeland Security Committee. In fall of 2021, she was selected and confirmed by the United States Senate to serve as Undersecretary for Rural Development for the United States Department of Agriculture. Xochitl Torres Small grew up in the borderlands of New Mexico. When returning home from college, she continued to serve rural New Mexico, initially as a field representative for Senator Tom Udall. Throughout her career in public service and law, Xochitl has worked in the vulnerable rural communities to achieve lasting investments that combat poverty. She is the granddaughter of farm workers, and Xochitl earned her law degree from the University of New Mexico School of Law, and would have earned it from us, but we don't have a law program. I'm sure of that. She got her undergraduate degree from Georgetown University School of Foreign Service and an international baccalaureate from the Waterford Kamalaba United World College of Southern Africa. She is an incredible individual, an inspiration to many, and a dear friend. Ladies and gentlemen and graduates, please help me welcome our keynote speaker, Undersecretary for Rural Development, Xochitl Torres Small.
Good evening. Thank you so much for the honor of getting to honor you tonight. I've been thinking about commencement speeches and the fact that they're usually just not very memorable. To be honest, I don't remember any of my graduation speeches. I just remember the feeling of knowing that a moment I couldn't wait for had finally arrived, and then how suddenly I missed being in the past. So I don't expect you to remember this. But I will definitely remember this moment. I can guarantee you I'm more nervous than you are too right now. I'll remember just how flattered I was that I was invited and how odd I thought it was that someone thought I might have some insight to share. And especially, I'll remember how grateful I am to get to be here with each of you. Western New Mexico University is such a special place. I think of it as a hidden gem for New Mexico. I have always loved visiting this campus because of its physical beauty, its location as a gateway to the Gila Wilderness. It's also a gateway to the world with some of the most extensive international relations and global initiatives in the state. Its critical work in early childhood, training trauma-informed educators statewide, and of course, for los mariachis. But most of all, it's because of people like you. Because no matter where you come from, when you come here, you feel at home. And so today, I want to celebrate with you. And I want to look forward with you to the life that lies ahead of this day. Because commencement, after all, comes from the word commence, which means to begin. I know a day like this can feel like the end, and it is the end of a chapter. But your time here at Western is more like a foundation than a capstone. Everything you've learned here, you will build upon. And as you think about what comes next, as you imagine and as you dream, remember that who you are as a professional will always be tightly woven with who you are as an individual. None of us leave ourselves behind when we show up to work. We all come as full humans with our ideas and our skills, but also our emotions and our flaws. So as much effort as we put into figuring out what the heck are we going to do with our lives, or what career do we want, being the kind of person you want to be is the other foundation you build your lives upon. Now, I know we are here to celebrate the degree you have earned, but who you are is just as important. No, it's more important. So tonight, for some final homework, I'm going to give you 3 things to think about as you continue, like I continue, to figure out what kind of person you want to be at home, at work, and in the world. Here's what I want to talk about: failure, curiosity, and gratitude. First, failure. Now, some of you may be looking at me and thinking, she looks familiar, but I can't quite place her. If so, you're not alone. I can't tell you how many times this last year and a half I've been at a grocery store or a restaurant or a public restroom, and someone says, "Hi, you look familiar." And so I stop and I say, "Oh, hi, I'm Xochitl Torres Small." And they say, "Oh, yeah, you're the one who lost." So let's just get that out of the way. I'm the person who lost. In 2020, I lost my race to be reelected to Congress. And let me tell you, losing sucks. But what I really wasn't prepared for was how much losing taught me. I learned I wasn't afraid to try. While waiting for the results on that night, I wrote, "Every moment has a calling, and sometimes the calling is simply to step up and give it your best. This is what trying looks like." In her wonderful TED Talk about listening to shame, research professor Brene Brown tells the story of another TED fellow, Mishkin Ingawale, who had a terrific drive to invent a new technology to test for anemia. He felt so strongly that people were dying unnecessarily that he made something to fix that. But it didn't work. So he made it 32 more times. And then it worked. Dr. Ingawale changed people's lives. He saved people's lives. But he had to fail 32 times first. That failure was part of the process, and it informed his eventual success. Right now, we're trying as a nation, too. Whether it's fighting fires that rage in our state, struggling with supply chains and inflation, or working, as we do in rural development, every single day to reach the most left behind people in some of the most left behind places across our country. We try, and we fail. And then we try again. And we learn something each time. As Albus Dumbledore once said, scars can come in handy. Now, I'm not saying failure is easy. For almost a year after I lost, and even in my darkest moments now, that failure still haunts me. And when it does, I try to get curious. I think that curiosity is a critical step through some of the hardest times in life. Think about being faced with a difficult assignment or task. With finals close in the rearview mirror, I'm sure that's not too hard to do. We could approach that task with worry, fear, or frustration, but that kind of attitude only makes it harder. Instead, we could approach that problem with curiosity. We can turn on those wonderful brains of ours and look more closely, hoping to learn more along the way. This works especially well when the problem is, let's say, difficult people. Social scientist Arthur Brooks says that the way to deal with the most difficult people in our lives, in fact, the way to deal with our enemies, is by loving them. To me, this is closely tied to curiosity. Think about this. I want all of you to picture the person that you love. When we fall in love, we want to know absolutely everything about that person. They have become the most interesting creature on the planet. What if we applied just a fraction of that curiosity to the people with whom we struggle? I first heard of Arthur Brooks talk about this concept at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, D.C. I was a member of Congress back then, and I'd been invited to read a passage from the scriptures. Arthur Brooks was giving the keynote, and then President Donald Trump was seated at my table. Now, as you may know, I'm a Democrat. I had recently voted to impeach President Donald Trump. And I couldn't help but wonder if Arthur Brooks was talking directly to me. I wondered, was I trying hard enough to love my enemies? Was I curious enough about the politicians on the other side of the aisle, up to and including Mr. Trump? It's something to think about. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't quite gotten there in that specific case, but unlike Master Yoda, I believe there is power in trying. In part because it made me try harder with others too. Be curious, wonder, and ask, why do people think the way they do? Why do they believe the way they do, live as they do? And let that curiosity open the doors to love. And let me be clear, loving your enemy certainly does not mean you have to agree. In fact, love is more powerful because it can exist even when you deeply disagree. Tom Vilsack, the Secretary of Agriculture, and also, well, my boss, gave another commencement speech yesterday. And in it, he asked graduates to acknowledge that no one person has all the answers, and that by building community, you can help find the right answer. He went on to say, I believe the resilient generation, that's you, by the way, knows intuitively that the more united we are, the more resilient we can be, regardless of the challenge. Now listen, because this is where it gets really good. In calling for us, I do not want anyone to think I am advocating for your generation to surrender important values. But I am suggesting that with some creative thinking and listening, and dare I say curiosity, values can be honored at the same time as resilient communities can be built. Finally, gratitude. I believe the key to resiliency in the midst of all of our failures is gratitude. Karen Walrond, author, activist, and photographer, shared a story from when she was in her late 20s, not as far as it may seem for some of you right now, when she was in a difficult place. She was going through a divorce, she'd lost her job, and she was trying to study for the bar exam. She was at her wit's end one night. And doesn't it always seem to happen at night? And the way she tells it, she says, I thought to myself, if I can come up with just one good thing that happened today, just one good thing, I'll consider my life worth living another day. So I thought, and I thought. And finally, I remembered that I cooked myself a hard-boiled egg that morning for breakfast, and it was pretty near perfect. That's dumb, I argued with myself. You just said it only had to be a good thing. You didn't say how awesome it had to be, I argued back. And so I counted it. Now, as many years have passed in Karen's life as her age was at the time of her first moment of gratitude, and there hasn't been a single night when she couldn't come up with at least one good thing that happened that day. So in the spirit of a gratitude practice, I'll share my good thing from last night. Last night was my Poppy's birthday, and as I sat in my mom and dad's home, the little house that my dad grew up in, with 9 other kids, adobe laid by my grandpa, with just a girl's room, a boy's room, a parent's room, a kitchen full of life, and one little bathroom, I saw gratitude in that brick and mortar. I saw the garden started by my Nana, who grew things until her dying day. The woman who came to this nation as a farm worker, proud to spend her time cultivating a plot of her own. And as I looked at the plants that my parents still grow, their blossoms, their stalks, their roots, I realized how grateful I was to be that next seed. To now, in spite of my failures, to get to be a Department of Agriculture undersecretary for the very nation my Nana chose. To talk about the story of my family as you sit while your family watches you. To suggest that as you celebrate your success, as you cope with the past and prepare for future failure, you find gratitude for your family, for your blessings, and for the many paths that brought you here. Now that we've spent almost all of our time together talking about failure, I suppose I should bring us back to today. Because this day, today, is a great day. Everyone here is a success, and you deserve to be proud, so proud of your accomplishments. And I think you know that not every day will be like this. In fact, many days will be the opposite of this, and that's okay. I'm a firm believer that if you're happy and successful 70% of the time, that's amazing. Just know that the other 30% is where the growth comes from. And that growth is actually the best part. I'm a person of faith, and for those of you who may not be, I beg your curiosity for just one more moment. I'd like to leave you with a verse from the Bible that I think really expresses my message for you tonight. It's from Romans 5:3. We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. Your degrees are a strong foundation. Your character will be an even stronger one. It will be built through the suffering of failure and through the perseverance fueled by curiosity and gratitude. And through this, you will be lifted by hope. I have so much hope for each of you and for your futures. Thank you again, and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Sochi. What a fantastic commencement speech. And of course, I have gratitude for you being here. And I have gratitude that you didn't go for 30, 40, 50 minutes like I tend to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to reintroduce our student body president, Mr. Richard Mubanga. Richard, would you mind coming up here? Right here. You're going to be over here because I have something for you.
Okay.
So Richard is graduating, and he also served as our student government president. And as such, I want him to fondly remember. Now, he's planning on coming back and working on his master's degree, so we know we have that going for us. But Richard, I first met in the country of Zambia, far, far away. And absolutely. And he came without family. Some friends came with him, and all of them have really been a shining example of leadership, courage, intelligence, warmth, and he too has become a friend. Richard, I present to you the Mustang.
Thank you.
So you're right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce to you the Outstanding Teachers Award. We chose a person who showed great support for our students, and that person is Eric Rosted. There he is.
Thank you, Dr. Rosted, and thank you, Mr. Mubanga. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to have another very dear friend of mine come to the podium. Miss Brenda Hernandez, who is our student regent and secretary-treasurer, and who is also graduating with her master's degree. Brenda, I would like to present a gift for you as well. She got one earlier, but I like these better. To that, we give you some flowers. Congratulations. Thank you for your time and your support of this university as a regent, and previously she was the student body president, so she's done an amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it's our pleasure to present our Faculty Excellence Awards. Would Dr. Scott Smith please join me? These awardees were nominated by the students, staff, and faculty members in the areas of excellence in teaching, excellence in research, excellence in professional service, and Best Online Course Awards. These awards were selected by faculty committees, the Sabbatical and Faculty Awards Committee, the Faculty Research Committee, and the Online Teaching and Learning Committee. Based on these recommendations, it's my pleasure to announce the Excellence in Teaching Award. And he happens to be on stage. Would Philip Schoenberg please come forward? Phil, congratulations. Phil is also the Faculty Senate Vice President. We're very proud of that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time it is our pleasure to announce the Excellence in Research Award. Would Dr. Joel Blacksland please step to the podium to receive this honor? And congratulations. Joel is not here, and so accepting him in his place is Scott Fritz. He's off doing research. I'm sure of it. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is our pleasure to announce the Excellence in Professional Service Award. Would Dr. Kathy Whiteman please step forward? Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time it is our pleasure to announce the awards for Best Online Course. And the award recipients are Rachel Richard, Best Online Course Delivery, and Alejandra Neves for Best Online Course Design. Come on up. You cannot do this one online. And Rachel is on, I think will be on Zoom, so if who's ever managing Zoom.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to both of you. There she is. Congratulations. And now I'd like to have Dr. Crocker come to the podium to introduce the next speaker.
I would now like to reintroduce our Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Isaac Brundage.
Hello. Please help me recognize our Student Hall of Fame inductees. The WNMU Student Hall of Fame is the highest recognition that can be earned by students at the university. The Hall of Fame is reserved for those students who have demonstrated integrity and achievement through leadership activities, community involvement, participation in campus life, and scholarship. As a result of their exceptional impact on the campus community, these student leaders distinguish themselves from many other outstanding students. With the following inductees, please stand as I call your name. Jaleesa Alinez. Adriana Darrow. Joaquin Del Pino. Elizabeth Soros. Abigail Walter. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Brundage. At this time, I would like to recognize our graduates who are employees at Western New Mexico University. Will these graduates please stand and be recognized if you work at WNMU? Thank you. Be seated. You may have noticed also that some students have on medallions. These students have received a grade point average at the honors level, at least a 3.5 or higher. Congratulations to all our honor students. There was a breakfast this morning that honored them as well. I'd also like to recognize another special group of graduates, our concurrent and dual credit students. These students are not only completing their high school education, but at the same time are attending Western as college students. Would these graduates please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated.
Well, Dr. Crocker, I think we are to that part. Dr. Crocker and I have been together for, about 30 years and been doing this back and forth for at least the last decade.
I was very young when
He was. He looked younger than I did, but this is what happens when you become the provost. Sorry, faculty. It's a hard life for him. So, Dr. Crocker, let's do the thing that all of our graduates are looking forward to, and that is their degrees.
Yes, here we go. Will the graduates participating in person and virtually for the master's degree or graduate certificate please rise? President Shepard, the degree candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the master's degree or graduate certificate. Upon recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Board of Regents of Western New Mexico University, I present them to you and recommend that you confer upon them the appropriate graduate certificate or the appropriate master's degree. Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Social Work.
By virtue of the laws of the state of New Mexico and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the appropriate master's degree or graduate certificate. Masters of Art, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Social Work, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities attendant thereto. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you. Please be seated. Will the candidates participating in person and virtually for the baccalaureate degree please rise? President Shepard, the degree candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate degree. Upon recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Board of Regents of Western New Mexico University, I present them to you and recommend that you confer upon them the appropriate baccalaureate degree: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Social Work, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies.
By virtue of the laws of the state of New Mexico and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the appropriate baccalaureate degree: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Social Work, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities attendant thereto. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Graduates participating in person and virtually, please switch your tassels. Thank you. Please be seated. Will the candidates participating in person and virtually for undergraduate certificates or the associate's degree please rise? President Shepard, the degree candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the undergraduate certificate or the associate degree. Upon recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Board of Regents of Western New Mexico University, I present them to you and recommend that you confer upon them the appropriate undergraduate certificate or the appropriate associate degree: Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, or Associate of Applied Science.
By virtue of the laws of the state of New Mexico and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate undergraduate certificate or the appropriate associate degree, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, or Associate of Applied Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities attendant thereto. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you. Please be seated. And now, on behalf of our adult education services, we welcome graduate students, parents, friends, and family members to this celebration, awarding high school equivalency diplomas. Will the candidates for the high school equivalency diploma certificates please rise? President Shepard, the certificate candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the high school equivalency diploma. I present them to you and ask that you present to them the high school equivalency diploma.
I hereby present to each of you the high school equivalency diploma. Congratulations on this journey. I encourage you to continue it with further education. Congratulations to each of you, and you may now switch your tassels. Congratulations. And now we are going to move to the presentation of the degrees. And so, of course, if you're a master's degree seeking, or master's not seeking anymore, recipient, you'll come up with your hoods. We'll hood you. And remember, we also have people on Zoom. If I recall, we do everybody in person first, and then we move on to the Zoom. And for those of you in the audience, you're in for a treat, because at the Zoom, they're asked to create their own stage, and we have all kinds of crazy things happen. But what we always have happen is tremendous joy. So stick around, you're going to see some fun times. But right now, we're going to see some very good times right here with our graduates.
And Dr. Schoenberg from the Department of Humanities will join me and present the names of each candidate. I was not an honors student. Will the graduates receiving master's degrees please rise and come forward?
Brenda Hernandez Gonzalez. Michael Antonio Alba. Cesar Alvarez. Emmanuel Hernandez. Taviana Michelle Montoya. Julie Plata.
Reginald Price. Catherine Jane Reeves. Andrea Michelle Robinson. Shayla Elena Roby. Destiny Dawn Saavedra. Mariam Nisa Imran Wilcher. Maria Almanza. Rochelle Lagasca Aquino. Alexis Au. Alexis Au.
Kaylin Buffard.
No, Diane?
Oh, you can take it. Yeah.
Caitlin Diane Before. Kaylin Diane Buffard. Hannah Annette Cawthron. Elsie Gutierrez Espinoza. Amy Alejandra Gonzalez. Melissa Gonzalez. Andrew Cullen Haro Hernandez. Andrew Cullen Haro Hernandez the fourth. Jayla Nicole Irvin.
Hannah Moreira Koch.
Moreira.
Moreira
Moreira.
Koch. Thank you.
Hannah Moreira Koch.
Jessica Libu, sir. Thank you. Big girl.
Jessica Lee Lucero. Elena Moya.
Thank you.
Elena Moya.
Alejandro Munoz.
Alejandro Munoz.
Lesliet.
Leslie.
Lesliet Quesada.
Thank you, sir.
Lesliet Quesada.
Sadie Diaz Sanabria. Sanabria.
Sadie Diaz Sanabria. Cristina Sotelo.
Victor Zamora. Thank you. Zamora. Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Victor Zamora.
Julissa Alanis. Congratulations.
Julissa Alanis. Carolyn Rose Castillo. Crystal Monique Castillo. Jacqueline Riley.
Alejandra.
Alejandra Villagrana.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Thanks, Bill. You're the part of me. Thanks.
Osvaldo Arzate Banuelos.
Ira Rene.
No. Kiara Rene Bell.
All right, SG roll. Congratulations.
All right, SG roll.
Colby Lee Blazer. April Bonnie.
Lamar Bullard. Bullard. Forgot the R.
Lester Lamar Bullard. Estrella Cervantes. Tracy Checo.
Mine's easy, sir. Lisa Gale Chimney.
Chumney.
Like a chimney, but with a U.
Lisa Gale Chumney.
Michelle Cisneros. Cristina Michelle Cisneros. Rachel Kathleen Elbus. Esperanza Flores. Andrea Esther Gaona. Michelle Renee Grobulby. Tara Joe Helfrich. Olivia Hernandez Rodriguez. Congratulations. Olivia Hernandez Rodriguez.
Cecilia Stella Jensen.
Cecilia Stella Jensen. April Rosia King. Margaret Rosemary Knight. Congratulations. Margaret Rosemary Knight. Lauren Shepard Little. Congratulations. Lauren Shepard Little. Tiffany Annette. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tiffany Annette Little. Martha Elva Lugo. Congratulations. Martha Elva Lugo. Felicia J. Lujan. Dana Macias. Congratulations. Diana J. Macias.
Chastity Madewell.
Chastity Madewell. Montisha Ziyad Avery Montgomery. Montisha Zayed. Congratulations. Montisha Zayed Avery Montgomery. Tarentia Lynn Nez. Tarentia Lynn Nez. Hannah Nowland. Tiffany Orlando.
Like the city.
Tiffany Orlando. Christina Paschal. Ashlyn Pike Goodrich. Charlotte Polanco. Molly Ray. Laura Rodriguez. Laura Rodriguez. Nadine May Cedillo. Sarah Ray Tapia. Gloria Gabriela Topeka. Congratulations. Gloria Gabriela Topete. May Song. Sarah Yacht City. Victor Hugo Castaneda Alvarez. Elizabeth Morgan Sorrells.
Graduate certificate and master's degree graduates, please be seated. And congratulations. Will the graduates receiving baccalaureate degrees stand and come forward to receive your diploma?
Richard Mubanga. Caleb Earl Adams. Athena Albin. Ashley Arambula. Ayana Chisel Ariano. Jaden Danielle Ariano. Talia Yasmin Bayadares. Ronaldo Benali. Stephen Bencomo. Rachel Berardinelli. Irene Bitsui Henderson. Kayleen Bessie Bowman. Robert Boyce. Courtney Marie Carrillo. Amarian Cash. Joseph Castillo. Kayla Chavez. Lorenzo Coca. Dina Cordova Bertrand. Bijan Kuter. We got it. Megan Custer. Adriana Evelyn Darrow. Hannah Marie Kagaju Lands Davenport.
Let's go, Hannah! Yes, sir.
Samuel Roosevelt Lands Davenport. Lucy May Denton. Joaquin Del Pino. Larry Dubois. Christina Duran.
Let's go, Larry.
Ana Valeria Enriquez. Francisco Estrella. Pepe Vaga. Vielka Denise Felix Serna. Carla Brisini Flores. Anais Gamble. Brianna Pefiria Garcia. Jacqueline Garcia. Jesus Garcia. Marina Anjoli Garcia. Paul Ortiz Garcia. Ruby Garcia Vega.
Congratulations.
Celeste Marie Griego. Josiah Gook. Isaiah Luis Hernandez.
James Hoban.
James Hoban.
Ian Hohenstein.
Ian Hohenstein Retolasa.
Beatrice Jackson.
Beatrice Jackson. Destiny Johnson. Stephen Lindsay.
Michaela Starr Lorenzo.
Michaela Starr Livingston. Brittany Lovato. Adriana Marin.
Rodney Lucas McNatt.
Yes, sir.
Rodney Lucas McNatt. Tatiana McFarland. Latoya Susana Mendez. Rodrigo Mariquan. Denise Lynette Milo. Agnes Mondoka. Olivia Montoya. Glenn Montoya. Jordan Moore. Margaret Josephine Orr. Kyle Meredith Owen. Fernando Emeterio Pando. Leah Christine Plage. Joshua Lamar Powell. Marlena Gabriela Rendon. Samantha Reynolds. Janae Jamie Reese. Catherine Sanchez. Julia Mary Angel Shang. Brian Joseph Stengel. Rebecca Rose Stevens. Hannah Swenson. Esther Stevenson. Obina Emmanuel Uzekwe. Colleen Valdez. Julia Yvonne Vega. Danielle Williams. Jacob Williams. Cipranita Margarita Wilson. Jude Tadea Wilson. Carlisa Zamora.
Baccalaureate degree graduates, please be seated. Congratulations again. Will the graduates receiving the undergraduate certificate or associate's degrees come forward to receive your diplomas? Angie Alpacito.
Luis Apodaca. Aiden Dante Carrillo. Destiny Alexis Castillo. Alia Dana Daro. Bo Daro. Arelis Delval Martinez. Margaret Ann Dominguez. Melissa Arribas. Estrella Escarreno. Madison Asher Fox. Maribel Granillo. Lindsay Joy Green. Cristina Dominica Guerrero. Giselle Hernandez. Michael John Hillibert. Robin Hobbs. Kirsten Johnson. Kumbola Kanyanta. Kirsten Jean King.
Congratulations.
Aaron Lopez. Eliza Lopez. Trissa Maciel. Anissa and Maesa. Juliana Ray Marupa. Daniel Mendoza. Gregory Padilla. Leilani Para. Charlie James Pollock. Lauren Pollock. Cody Jackson Riley. Haley Salgado. Samuel Scott. Benito Rosendo Polo Sierra. Annika Jade Soto. James Wallace Stockman. Desiree Michelle Taylor. Don Josiah Temple. Randolph Edwin Venegas. David Villagrana. Adamari Villegas. Megan Ray Wirtz. Brendan Ibarra. Lawrence Zumwalt.
Undergraduate certificate and associate degree graduates, please be seated. Congratulations. Will the graduates receiving the high school equivalent diploma please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Richard, you're on. Andrew Flores. Honora Hull. Jesse Mares. Alexis Ratcliffe. Joshua Ratcliffe. Ayana Tallman. Jennifer C. Williams.
Will the graduates receiving the high school equivalent diploma please be seated, and congratulations again.
Dr. Crocker, we will now be moving to the virtual piece, and sometimes there's difficulties. People fall in pools, funny things happen to them, but they only get at most 15 seconds, and so if they're not ready, we move on to the next, and we'll try to make it up to them. So with that, let us turn it over to the virtual graduation ceremony. Dr. Crocker.
Graduate certificate and master's degree graduates joining us on Zoom, please prepare to be spotlighted.
We're having a technical difficulty. Bryant, I don't know if you're there, but we need you to be saying the names, please.
Eric Esparza. Charles Alvin Gordon IV. Kaylee Laney Ortiz. Mary Elizabeth McBride. Maria Clark. Jessie Marie Cabral. Melissa Marie Teller. Jacob Hines. Gabrielle Nalani Marie Lau. Jacqueline M. Adams. Sadia Hassan Ali. Scott Daniel. Kelly de Jesus. Shelby Decker. Alicia Danielle Flannery. Amy Lynn Coleman. Kamise Hines. Kellyanne Helen Lonergan. Citlali S. Lozano. Stacy Elizabeth Marlin. Amy Joyce McManus. Natalie Miller Nunn. Yvette Carmen Padilla. Elianette Pettit. Elizabeth Rodriguez. Janine Rodriguez. Celestina Romero. Catherine Roth. Katie Allison Wheaton. Natalia Samudio. Gregoria Alienda Zamora. Dr. Shepard, this concludes the Master's and Graduate Certificate.
Will the graduates receiving baccalaureate degrees prepare to be recognized?
Christina Betzer. Rebecca Billman. Esmeralda Korn. Jazmín Abril Díaz. Kathleen Tammy Jefferson. Victoria Lee Onzures Piña. Sarah M. Portillo Lerman. Evan Rios. Yeselich Ortiz. Joshua Rula. Candace Ray Teague. Alyssa Michelle Traba. Bryce Erin Turner. Dr. Shepard, this now concludes the baccalaureate degrees.
I think you know what's coming next. Will the graduates receiving the undergraduate certificate or associate's degrees prepare to be recognized?
Crystal Archuleta. Guadalupe Chavez. Kyle Daniel. Guadalupe J. Robledo. Alyssa Nina Rodriguez. Zion Smith. Dr. Shepard, this now concludes the associate students.
Well, thank you and congratulations to all of our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022. Yes, now it really is the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to party. With that, Dr. Gruszka, lead the way.
And Dr. Shepard, did you tell the graduates who are here for the first time that restaurants close in Silver City at 7? Did you mention that? Just saying, okay. All right. This concludes the Spring 2022 Commencement Ceremony. We wish to thank all for joining us in this special occasion, and a big thanks to members of the staff who worked on the hybrid production of the commencement. Now, the way this works is that we ask all the guests to remain in place until our graduates and faculty have completely marched out, and then the graduates will march through a receiving line over here, and then we ask you, the guests, to greet the graduates like beyond the field, beyond the fence over there. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your evening.